Well, welcome back to the school garden, where we are looking at how we can get more of these by getting rid of more of these. We've got too many leaves here and it's hiding all the fruits. So I've just started cutting back some of the leaves and I'm going to show you how and why we do it. Right, now hopefully you can see that in this little area here we've made some progress. We've got rid of some of the leaves and the excess stems, and that area there, the jungle, is still waiting for us. So what am I doing? Well, I'm cutting back stems. Can you see I've just cut there just above that cluster of fruit, and the one just behind it as well. I've cut that back once they've got up to the ceiling. And then any side shoots that are growing, like that one there, that's one that's sneakily evaded me. Not for long though, he's off. This is typical of what will happen. So here's our shoot, our branch coming along. He's got a cluster of fruits there. He's got a side shoot trying to come there. And then here's a leaf. Here's the main growth stem, and this here is a side shoot. So he's coming off, and then if you follow it up, there's another cluster of flowers there, and then I've cut him off just above. Let's see if I can show it to you. I've cut him off just above that cluster there. So there's more attention now given to the flowers, because it's from the flowers that of course we get our tasty tomatoes, and a bit less focus on the leaves. You want to keep some leaves there because you know that they'll be photosynthesizing and providing energy to produce more flowers and more fruits. So we need to get that balance right, but I'm leaning more heavily now towards flowers and fruits and less in the way of leaf. And now I'm going to attack this area here, and I have to be quite hard here because we've got far too many stems. So I'm looking at that stem there. Can you see this one? It's quite a weak, thin stem. It's grown in the shade. He's not much use. There's no sign of any flower buds on there, so he's out of there. And I'm going to keep on doing that. There's another little side shoot there. I'll take him out. There we are, and then I'm reducing the number of leaves, particularly if they're overhanging the pathway here, just because they're in the way there. So I'm getting rid of those, because one of the reasons I reduce the number of leaves is that you have to remember that as well as photosynthesis, part of that process is transpiration, and that's kind of to do with the movement of moisture through and out of the plant. And in that process, these leaves are losing moisture, and they're demanding more replacement moisture from the roots down there. So if we want to have enough moisture going to the fruits to pump them up into nice big large fruits, we need to get rid of some of these leaves, because the leaves are demanding the moisture, and we don't eat the leaves, we eat the fruits. So we want that water to go to the fruits, not to the leaves. So I'm going to be reducing by at least 50%, I would say, the leaf content in that area there. Okay, let's get on with it. Phase 2. Aha! Now we can see the whites of the eyes. We can see the woods for the trees, the leaves for the fruits, and there's all the there's the leaves we've taken off. So this was no light-hearted trim. This was seriously, you know, cutting away some of those leaves. To be honest, I think there's still some more that need to come off, but I'm going to leave them to settle down a bit now, because I've actually had to tie up quite a few stems that had flopped over, and I've tied them up, and sometimes when you do that, stems snap and so on. So we'll just see how they settle down. I've had to get quite a bit of string. You might be able to see some not particularly level or tidy bits of tying up, but it's done the job. It's held back those branches, stopped them flopping down. So now the light can get all the way through, and more of the moisture in the soil is coming to the fruits rather than to the leaves. So I think the next job is to pick a couple of pickle a couple of tomatoes, I think. Hope that helps. And obviously what we're going to be doing is feeding now. We've got some slow release fertilizer capsules, granules in those pots, in those grow bags. But we are going to start introducing some, probably week every 10 days, some liquid tomato food, which will be high in potash to encourage more and more of those flowers and fruits. Whoa, what a glorious summer. Hope this helps. Let us know if you've got any thoughts or comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye.